I'm sitting here feeding on blueberry pie. Spiritually, I'm so chilled out. You can call me BP Earthwatch. I'm that chilled out, man. Whoa. Whoa. Yeah, there's some roofing construction going on behind me, and yeah, they're doing a great job. They got all their trucks in my lot. I call that AJ. It's not a Messer job, it's an AJ job. So they building it like they in the forest, one of those videos on YouTube from the bottom up, in a little pit with, and they can add a pool at the end of it. That's how they're doing these houses out here with wood, with the standard materials. It's not a Messer job. Everything is underground. All the electric is underground. The electric, they don't work at night. So I think they come in for like 2-hour shifts, and they just hustle for 2 hours, and then they take off work. And mostly Mexicans with trucks. So, but they're doing a great job. And, there's a black man who shoots off a firecracker. Looks like a Theragun that he pulls out of his pocket. That's like a straightened out 27-degree angle. And he dies, and then you're on the 215 going to your other casino, your third one, and you're battling the watchmen who are telling a story of these congressmen, and it links up to what your line of thinking is. And then there's a motorcycle that goes by really quick. You could almost hit them. And then there's a police car directly after that. So it's like a scare tactic routine of the Area 51. And then you settle down a little bit and do straighten out your arm type scrolls. Don't put those in a video. Not for any bad reason. You just don't need to have that energy expenditure. And then, all of the watchmen are linked up to the two doves, which you see very, very clearly in your scripture, and they are all talking about Wharton School, which is the end of it. But before that is a meal that is a filler meal just to get fuel in the system, which I just had. That's why I'm feeding on blueberry pie spiritually. I had Chick-fil-A. It didn't count for anything. It was just a filler meal. And then they're all against Bushmain. They had a big fight with Bushmain where he sided with the seat of Satan, and then Mr. T was in the middle of all this, and he had severe EA from his mom and dad and from a very trickle down the clones kill Jedi of what he was doing. The 66, which is like 6, is at Pleiades. It's at the stars. 6 is at 66. Just another way to look at it. And then Buster gets involved, and he's really upset about everything. And then Bushman calls him out, and then Jonathan Kleck does the Heat style shoulder into the boss character, and then Minister Paul K's KB. And there's KB Toys. I mean, this is the map out. This is how it goes down. So this is the Area 51 map out. So everyone have a good night and thank you. Philip Seymour Hoffman was on top of this, and he knew from Paul Walker that this video needed to be made, and he, went out with Hunger Games. That's how he went out. So he knew that this video needed to be made. I'm following his direction, and I'm assuming that he heard from Paul Walker. So it's very important to me to get out this information. I'm completely on exhaust, but I'm doing the best that I can do. And I feel good. I'm not sick or anything. I feel pretty good. I'm made now. I'm a certified boss. I'm a Don. It takes 2 casinos, just like James Bond. It takes 2 casinos. So I'm a made man, and no one has killed me. I'm not Joe Pesci. I mean, my symbolism shows that he was working closely with Columbus, and it even will reflect that Columbus has an out key, which is 4 end times. But then I saw it that he does not have that. That's just a way of explaining something. So that's just something to be aware of. He's Paraguay. So I mean, it'd be cool to see something like that if he comes in as a big warrior or something. But I'm not really sure on that though. I think that he was someone that has already had their fruit in the industry and in entertainment and arts and everything, or politics and sports. So I think I'm not really sure who he was or is, but I'll probably figure it out though. But yeah, Joe Pesci, with John Smith and the Native Americans, Pocahontas, he was all involved in that. And the name America came from him pretty much. And we're living in his system, the matrix that is, you have to accept that my fish, shark eye, the beta fish, is Keanu Reeves. That's a Hindu nuclear arm. That's me. Basically, it's a Hindu nuclear cutoff. Okay, so they talk about it. I need one more silver dollar. It's in all these songs. You guys have those too. Some of you got them kind of late too. Kind of in the Me Too trans part. Some of you had cutoffs then. And that's not a bad thing. It's just how it worked out, because you've been under a lot of stress. Listen, you've been under a lot of stress, and You know, I've taken a lot of brunt of and blunt force of this, from the covenant and from these taxes after Iran, their nuclear sites got attacked. You know, I was at Arby's in the parking lot. It said midnight operation and everything. I mean, we're doing really, really spectacular. I mean, you guys are really, really doing well. Um, I don't want to say any more. I just want to see you guys flourish, and the girls, because it's the girls too. And yes, the Maseroth, that's all. That's actually that's an updated video. It's meant for Ben V. It's not a month old, that video. It's actually very, very recent. And Maxwell, he cuts himself off by saying, hey, this is the stopping point. Because he'll say, now here's the stuff that's not true. And then you know to stop it there. So it's like, did I go down the rabbit hole at Scat Hong Kong? I may have a little bit, but the videos were different back then. Thank you. Have a good night.